And sneakers, the importance of the month of March, Air Max month, Air Max Day, officially on March 26th. Now, it's like an unofficial holiday for us, but we certainly acknowledge it in this culture, and it's almost 10 years old. Like, we're approaching that 10-year anniversary. It was originally debuted in 2014, and Air Max 1, it is one of my all-time favorite silhouettes, the OG red and white. I love it. Now, you guys recall the Big Bubble, the original design by Tinker, came back in 2023. So I raced to pick up the red and white pair. Absolutely love it. Now, I already had the Air Max Day pair that actually features the 326 date on the tongue. So you have everything else. Now, it is a little bit different in terms of the material on the upper of the shoe. Some of it being, hyperfused, lighter material versus what you will see here with the actual suede and mesh. Do I have a preference? Yes. Go ahead and just give me the OG itself. But this did its job. It held me over for so long, and I really appreciated having this. This was an eBay pickup, like so many of my sneakers have been in the past. So fast forward to now, 2024, and we have the royal blue and white returning for the Air Max 1. Now, it will be in women's sizing, so I love to see that for women, but I'll just go ahead and say this now. I'm making the decision on purpose to not rush out and buy the royal blue and white pair. Now, why? Because if you love them so much, why wouldn't you just go after them? You want to take a look at the prices for this versus what it was when it dropped, right? So for Air Max 1s now, the price has gone up like it's gone up for everything. You're looking at 150, 160 retail price before you ever look at taxes, if that's applicable to you based on where you live. So I have to keep that in mind. And then a few months later down the line, I see Feature and End and Essence pop up with this shoe right here, okay? This shoe. It's like $115. At one point, it was $100. Now, I can't necessarily predict how all the prices will work for any pair. That's not what I do. Listen, I don't try to time markets. Well, certainly financially, I don't try to time markets, dollar cost average. I'll just continue to put money into the market and let it do its thing. For sneakers, though, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and play the timing game here, because let's also take a look back at the Obsidian Air Max 1 when that dropped. Now, I have the Obsidian pair already. I have the older one. It's over here somewhere with the few Air Maxes that I still have. And when that dropped, I said, you know what? I'm going to also be patient. Now, I chose to be patient based on how this pair trended over the next few months following its release. And lo and behold, okay, again, it was also cheaper on like End at some point. I just didn't pull the trigger, but I can go to the resale market right now. I'm on GOAT, a size 6, and these run rather long, so be mindful of that. They do. They run rather long. I don't know fully if I would size down half, but if you don't like a longer pair, I would say maybe you could, because these are both size 6s, okay? I just want you to take a look at how much longer, like, the one on the left here is. So they do run quite long. The Obsidian pair right now, if you're looking at a 5.5 in men's, so 7 in women's, it's $95. The 6 is $123. They were priced at like $150. So absolutely, positively not. I'm glad that I decided not to just race out and try and get them. Now, I believe they went fast, or decently fast, on the sneakers app when they dropped, but nonetheless, they dipped right after that. And another reason why I don't see myself it doesn't feel smart to race out to get this pair, specifically in the royal and white. It's in women's sizing. I personally don't see women racing out to get this to the point where they become just inaccessible as a whole past release date. That's not to say women don't love Air Maxes. I mean, women and Air Maxes, you can pull off so many different looks, and you have so many iterations of them, and I love that for us, okay? If you're more classic, you can be in the red and white. If you're more subtle and toned down, you can be in just the all triple white for an Air Max 97 or an Air Max 90, or if you want to go all out with the colors, I promise you're able to do that. I've done that myself with a few, like the gold trail vibes. Oh my goodness, that's an amazing pair. That is one pair that will not leave this collection, as I'm getting rid of a lot of sneakers in 2024. But I just don't personally see women beating down the door to pick these up. Now, could I be wrong? I absolutely could. And if I am, oh well. Like, sneakers continue to come back around. Sneakers are available to pick up after release date if I should so choose to pay whatever the asking price is. And we know how I am in 2024. I am not paying resale unless it is at retail or below. Just not this year. I'm just not doing it. I can't even justify the retail price for a lot of sneakers, let alone the resale price that so many of these are going for. So, I love seeing the Big Bubble return in its true OG form. I love that we will get like that one for one of what we saw or what we back in the day. And I didn't pick that up, you know, when we had I believe it was the 2017 releases that all came back. Didn't have it then. I don't have it now. I have this, I have the obsidian, I have this also. So eventually I could go ahead and get the obsidian pair, maybe the royal once it goes on sale, but I am curious to know your thoughts on the women's release for the royal and white Air Max 1 Big Bubble. Are you going after that? Were you immediately chasing the obsidian pair when it dropped, or were you a little bit patient and realized you could have saved some money? And then I know that we have a brand new Air Max debuting. I will say this, I don't feel so many of these brand new Air Max silhouettes that we've seen. They just kind of haven't hit the spot the same way that the Air Max 270 did. Now, I was a fan of the 270 React. I was blessed to be in a campaign that featured it as well back in 2020 when a whole lot changed for a whole lot of people. Very fortunate to have been a part of that, but I still don't, you know, the 270 React, that didn't quite catch on like just the 270 itself, and then they tried all of these other different silhouettes, and none of it has really captured the attention like the OG Vapor Max or the 270. So we'll see what happens with this new one. I don't know that it catches fire the same way the 2090 didn't really do exactly what Nike thought it would do. So again, curious to hear your thoughts. Please comment below if there's a specific Air Max you're after this month, or is there just something totally different that has nothing to do with Nike? I fully support that here. Versatility and diversity in your collection is an amazing thing. And whatever the next pickup is, I promise I will showcase that here on the channel. Hopefully you guys took the time to watch my previous video, because you know what? Just come here. Just come here. We need to have a conversation just to assess what have we already spent on sneakers and apparel in 2024, and like what have we spent on other higher priorities when in relation to investing and saving and paying down debt. All right, so check that video out. I really appreciate you tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.